know my name. I knew the game, I played it before.
Hello everybody and welcome to Wine Library TV. I am your host, Gary Chuck, and this is Wine Library TV. So it's Friday and you expect the lazy, laid-back Friday on the couch episode, but you know, I've been away for a couple of days and I kind of missed the table, and I got a couple of wines I wanted to try, not just one or two, and they tend to do a little bit better on the table, so we will get back on the couch soon. But today we're going to go back to the norm, though I gotta admit, it looks a little bit different around here. Hope you like it. Tony Vincent, great song. Thanks for the lead-in, a lot of fun. Just a lot of good stuff going on. Great time in San Francisco. Got together with some Vaniacs. We had a great time at this nice wine bar. It was a lot of fun. Looking forward to San Francisco, going back in a couple of weeks for the party. If you haven't paid up, make sure you do. I'm sure you know where to pay up since you signed up for the party. I can't wait to meet all the West Coast Vaniacs. It's going to be awesome. So we're going to taste some wines today because that's what we do on WLTV. So let's give it a whirl. We're starting off with Sincerely 2005 Sauvignon Blanc from Neil Ellis. This is a $10 wine, 88 points, Wine Spectator, and this comes from South Africa. Let me turn this off because the Twitter's going to bother everybody, and I'm going to get yelled at, and there's going to be 30 comments on how I'm distracted and all this. But yes, I do get distracted by Twitter, I have to admit. All right, so Neil Ellis is a very good producer in South Africa. I thought this would be a lot of fun to try, as it is summertime and everybody's looking for a good spritzer, a good white. 10 bones, 88 points. Should be a nice situation. Let's give it a whirl. Decent color, not too bad at all. Oh, did you see that? I spilled it. Did I get it caught on camera? That was fun. All right, let's give it a whirl. Nice grassy element. Reminds me of New Zealand. Has a nice caramel kind of coat to it on the nose as well. Little hints of butter, little bit of a kiwi aspect on the nose, and who doesn't like a little kiwi being shot up their nose like a rubber band? So this is nice, because that is how the kiwis bring in the thunder. Let's give it a whirl. %13 alcohol content. Again, South Africa is really doing a nice job. Ooh, nice smokiness. Has a really good zingy complexity, nice tannin, nice acidity, excuse me. Good structure overall. Well-made white wine. Really would go nice with salads. I'm getting a nice almondy, walnutty, very nutty aspect on the finish. And who doesn't like some nice nuts in their mouth on the finish, you know? So really an overall complex, wonderful wine. I'm going to go 88 points on this. I think Spectator nailed it. It's a good, solid bottle of white wine. I think it could last for 2 or 3 years, which is a nice touch. It's got a little zinginess that might bother some people. The acidity is very, very obvious, but it's a nice wine. One-dimensional, not too much going on to get into that 90-point sphere, but definitely a good bottle of wine, and for 10 bucks, an absolute steal. Dying to try this. This is the Kangarilla Road 2005 Shiraz Viognier blend, and if you've been watching WLTV for a long time, you know that the Shiraz Viognier blends are some of my favorites. This is 92% Shiraz, 8% Viognier. This is 19 bones, 14% alcohol content, and 91 points Robert Parker. This comes from the McLaren Vale, and along with Barossa, they are the two dominant areas in Australia for premium red wine. Can you grab me a wristband? Because we got news on that front. Let's give this a whirl. Great color. Absolutely dark as heck. Really nice color. Let's talk about the wristband while I let that breathe a little bit because it is a monster. I did this mainly because I don't want to hear it anymore and I can't get any more emails because I'm getting bombarded. So the Vaniac wristbands are back. We're changing the wine world, don't you know? So did that for Lars. We just got another container in, and for all of you people that have been bothering me and emailing me, Mott, link over here to Vaniac, or what is it, vaniac@winelibrary.com. Just email this address right over here, vaniac@winelibrary.com, and we will send you a Vaniac wristband for free. That's right, we've been sending it all over the world. Don't think it's just a U.S. thing. We had that guy in Egypt, cost $32. I mean, are we committed to the Vaniacs? So get a wristband. All right, let's give this a whirl. really dark components of dark chocolate mixed in with like a very heavy raspberry reduction sauce syrup. Nice structure, good overall power through the nose, coming through really nice. Let's give it a whirl. Great acidity, great tannins. I'm mixing them up today. Really dark coffee mocha flavors going on. If you're a huge Starbucks fan, I think this is something that you can seek out. I'm a little bit disappointed. My big thing with Shiraz Viognier blends is that you get the Viognier to bring a much more aromatic and sometimes soothing coat on the palate flavor. I don't feel that as much on this. On the nose, I barely get it, which is very rare. You almost always get it. And on the body, it's rough and tumbly. Now listen, it's a 2005. This is an absolute baby. A complete little toddler running around, you know, with no pants on. Now they're, you know, they're tough to catch sometimes. They're a little slippery. They got the moves. This wine we will probably be able to get around in the next 3 or 4 years when it becomes a nice first grader. This is a wine that you definitely want to put away for 3 or 4 years before you want to approach it again. I think this wine will last for a good 10 to 15 years. It's got really nice dark flavor components. Think blackberries, think blueberries, think chocolate, think mocha, and even think cigar. I'll go through, and you know, the end of the cigar is brown, so we'll go dark on that. This is a dark guy, not unlike Darth Vader, but like the Vader, we're hoping that at the end of the day, it goes back to the nice place, and I'm hoping that for this wine. I'm going to score this wine 89 plus points. I think Parker overscored at 91 right now. I'm a little concerned by it. It's a little disjointed, but I do believe it has some potential. It's absolutely a New World bomb, and Old World fans will not enjoy it. Let's give this a whirl. Elderton Command 2003 Shiraz. This is a big time wine from Australia. 60 US dollars, 94 points. Robert Parker. Let's give it a little bit of a rinse. Thanks for watching the Bordeaux episodes the last couple of days. Again, I knew that it wouldn't be everybody's cup of tea because we didn't really put that much production into it. That's not really the WLTV style. You can see we're kind of a little, you know, whatever. But, all right, so nice dark color. Again, these Australian wines, they are never bashful about color. Think of them as a 9-year-old girl with her first experiment into makeup. That's exactly what I think about when I think about the color components that the Australian wines bring to the table. Absolutely an explosion of fresh milk out of a cow. I mean, this is very, very dairy. This is a heavy dose of oak. Give me 1 second. The oak monster is absolutely making its first appearance in a while. This is really coming through with a lot of oak on the nose. And that very dairy cream, you know, whipped cream aspect that we've been talking about, clotted cream from England. I mean, this has really got a lot of dairiness on the nose. Let's give it a whirl. This almost doesn't taste like wine. I get a nice evergreen kind of flavor mixed in on this wine. Mixed in again with a heavy dose of oak and an enormous amount of cream. I mean, you could totally trick me into thinking that this is a coffee with like cream mint. You know, you have like this much coffee. Would you like some coffee with that milk kind of thing? And the milk is like a minted flavor, kind of milky thing. This is really viscous, very explosive. It's got good cherry explosion on it, great cherry, American pie cherry flavor component to it, but very New World and very one-dimensional and very much has a little fakeness going on. This definitely has Kenny Rogers' new facelift written all over it. But once again, it's pretty darn delicious, and it has some complexity in the mid-palate, which I do appreciate from this wine. It has a really, really long finish. Some good overall structure. Very, very intriguing wine. I'm very torn on this wine. I'm going to score this wine 90 points. You have to give it 90 because it is delicious and it's very, very fulfilling, but you definitely have to be concerned about the fake components. And for $60, I think there's a lot of Australian wines, thinking about Molly Dukers and the Marquis Phillips and so many of the other producers that bring wines to the table that are similar to this for a fifth or a fourth of the price. So 90 points, but I'm going to give it a resounding pass with 4 Zs. You know what? Let's make it 7 Zs. Pass ZZZZZ. Not a lot of time for the Twitter questions, but let me see if anything came in while we're doing it. Oh yeah, a lot came in. All right. And more are coming in. From Waybeans. Not necessarily a wine question. Good job, Way. But now that you are hooked up with Dig Nation, and one of the duo was just on Tiki Bar, how about Gary V on Tiki Bar? Very interesting. A long time ago, there was some talk about that. Maybe you should reach out for them and let them know that GV is willing to be on the bar. They're good people. They got a great little podcast. What else we got here? Gary V. I am interested in wines that may require an immediate time for cellaring, say 7 to 10 years, around $40 or less. Leachman, I would highly recommend seeking out 2005 Bordeaux's. There's going to be an enormous amount of 2005 Bordeaux's from under $40, between $20 and $40. The Chateau Aubergé comes to mind that you should definitely seek out, that are absolutely going to kill it over the next 7 to 10 years. It's just a special vintage. Question of the day. I've got to be honest. I'm awfully comfortable in all these new digs. Let me know what you think, because you... So my question is, I didn't really make that obvious, did I? Good thing I stopped myself. The question of the day is, what do you think of my new digs? Because you, with a little bit of me, we're changing the wine world, aren't we?
You know my name. I knew the game. I played it before. It's never enough. You're left wanting more. I wish that someone somewhere had said what we both knew, that it would be the end for me and you. We keep walking in our sleep, chasing broken dreams, looking for the way we used to be. Leave it all behind, it's just a state of mind, and you'll find the things that you can't see, 'cause everything you need is anything but me. We made it through, hurt and confused, broken and bruised. It's easy to fight when there's nothing to lose, but I have come to realize that